Welcome to the Mind Shelf, where ancient wisdom meets modern living. Today we're diving deep into one of humanity's most powerful philosophical frameworks, Stoicism. This isn't just another self-help trend. It's a time-tested philosophy that has guided emperors, slaves, and everyone in between for over 2 millennia. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external circumstances, we have complete authority over our thoughts, reactions, and choices. The daily practice of Stoic affirmations isn't about positive thinking or wishful manifestation. It's about grounding yourself in reality, embracing responsibility, and cultivating unshakable inner strength. 1. I control my thoughts, not my circumstances. The foundation of Stoic power. The most fundamental principle of Stoicism begins with understanding the dichotomy of control. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Every morning remind yourself that you are the sovereign ruler of your inner kingdom. External events, traffic jams, difficult people, unexpected challenges, are merely neutral occurrences until you assign meaning to them. Your thoughts about these events, not the events themselves, determine your experience. This doesn't mean becoming passive or indifferent. It means recognizing where your true power lies. When you internalize this truth, you stop wasting energy on things beyond your control and channel that energy into what you can actually influence: your responses, decisions, and character." Daily practice. When faced with frustration today, pause and ask, what part of this situation can I actually control? Then focus exclusively on that element. 2. This too shall pass. Everything is impermanent. Embracing the flow of life. Epictetus taught that you cannot step into the same river twice, and the Stoics embrace this wisdom of impermanence. Whether you're experiencing triumph or tribulation, this moment is temporary. The joyful moments will fade, but so will the painful ones. This perspective isn't pessimistic, it's liberating. When you're struggling, remember that this difficult chapter is not your entire story. When you're succeeding, appreciate it fully while recognizing it won't last forever. This balanced view prevents both despair and arrogance. The Roman Stoic Seneca faced exile, political persecution, and ultimately death by forced suicide. Yet he maintained that every moment is a step towards eternity. He understood that our current circumstances, no matter how overwhelming, are just fleeting scenes in the grand theater of existence. Daily practice. When overwhelmed by current circumstances, remind yourself of a difficult time you've already overcome. Notice how that challenge, which once seemed insurmountable, eventually passed. 3. I am responsible for my own happiness. The ultimate self-reliance. Perhaps the most empowering realization in Stoicism is that your well-being doesn't depend on external validation, material possessions, or favorable circumstances. Happiness, or more accurately contentment and inner peace, is an inside job. Epictetus, who spent years as a slave before becoming one of history's greatest teachers, demonstrated this principle. Despite his harsh circumstances, he developed a philosophy of inner freedom that has inspired millions. He taught that happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. Taking responsibility for your happiness doesn't mean ignoring genuine problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means recognizing that your fundamental well-being comes from your character, values, and mental discipline, not from external circumstances aligning with your preferences. Daily practice. Instead of waiting for external conditions to improve your mood, identify one action you can take today to cultivate inner satisfaction, regardless of your circumstances. 4. Obstacles are opportunities in disguise. The obstacle as the way. The Stoics had a radical perspective on difficulties. They weren't just unavoidable parts of life, but essential opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This isn't mere optimism or positive thinking. It's a practical recognition that obstacles force us to develop qualities we might never cultivate otherwise. Patience, resilience, creativity, courage. These virtues emerge through adversity, not comfort. Consider how muscles grow stronger only through resistance training. Similarly, character develops strength through facing challenges. Every obstacle you encounter is a training session for your soul, building the mental and emotional muscles you'll need for future challenges. When Thomas Edison's laboratory burned down, destroying years of work and millions of dollars in equipment, he told his son, "Go get your mother and all her friends. They'll never see a fire like this again." The next morning, he was making plans to rebuild. He understood that obstacles, however devastating, contain the seeds of opportunity. Daily practice. When you encounter a problem today, immediately ask, what skill, quality, or strength is this situation forcing me to develop? 5. I will live this day as if it's my last. The urgency of mortality. Memento mori, remember death, was a constant companion to Stoic practitioners. This wasn't morbid obsession, but practical wisdom. Awareness of mortality brings clarity to what truly matters and urgency to meaningful action. Seneca counseled, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day." When you truly internalize that this day might be your last, trivial concerns evaporate and essential priorities crystallize. This perspective transforms how you interact with loved ones, approach your work, and spend your time. Petty arguments seem ridiculous when viewed through the lens of mortality. Procrastination becomes impossible when you realize that tomorrow isn't guaranteed. The practice isn't about living in fear, but about living with intention. It's about making choices that you'd be proud of if this day were your final chapter. Daily practice. Before making decisions today, ask yourself, if this were my last day alive, would this choice align with what I truly value? 6. I choose virtue over comfort. The path of excellence. The Stoics believed that virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance was the only true good. Everything else, wealth, reputation, pleasure, was indifferent. This doesn't mean these things are worthless, but that they don't determine your fundamental well-being or worth. Choosing virtue over comfort means doing the right thing even when it's difficult, telling the truth even when lies might be convenient, and acting with integrity even when no one is watching. It's about building a character you can respect, regardless of external rewards or recognition. This choice often requires sacrifice. The virtuous path might mean less immediate pleasure, fewer social advantages, or more challenging responsibilities. But the Stoics understood that virtue is its own reward. It creates a foundation of self-respect and inner peace that external circumstances cannot shake. Cato the Younger exemplified this principle. When offered a bribe that would have made him wealthy, he refused, saying he would rather be poor and honest than rich and corrupt. His integrity became legendary, outlasting the wealth of those who compromised their principles. Daily practice. Identify one area where you've been choosing comfort over virtue. Take one small step today toward aligning your actions with your highest values. 7. My actions ripple through eternity. The weight of influence. Marcus Aurelius taught that we are all part of a larger organism, humanity itself. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to the collective human experience. Your words, deeds, and example influence others in ways you may never fully understand. This perspective adds weight and meaning to seemingly insignificant choices. The kindness you show a stranger, the integrity you maintain in private moments, the courage you display in difficult situations. All of these create ripples that extend far beyond your immediate awareness. Consider how the writings of ancient Stoics continue to influence people thousands of years later. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations as personal reflections, never intending them for publication. Yet these private thoughts have guided millions through centuries of human experience. Your life has this same potential for lasting impact. The parent you inspire through your example might raise children who change the world. The colleague you encourage might discover solutions to important problems. The principles you embody might influence someone to make better choices. Daily practice. Consider how your actions today might influence others, both now and in the future. Choose to be a positive force in the web of human connection. 8. I am part of something greater than myself. And in cosmic perspective. The Stoics understood that human life exists within a vast, interconnected cosmos. We are neither the center of the universe nor isolated individuals. We are integral parts of a magnificent whole. This perspective simultaneously humbles and elevates us. When you feel overwhelmed by personal problems, zoom out to cosmic perspective. The challenges that seem enormous in your immediate experience become more manageable when viewed against the backdrop of infinite space and time. This isn't about minimizing your struggles, but about seeing them in proper context. Similarly, when you feel insignificant or powerless, remember that you are a unique expression of the universe becoming conscious of itself. Your thoughts, experiences, and choices matter because they are part of the cosmic story unfolding through you. Marcus Aurelius frequently reflected on this perspective. Constantly regard the universe as one living being, having one substance and one soul. This unity means that serving others is ultimately serving yourself, and harming others diminishes the whole of which you are part. Daily practice. Spend a few minutes today contemplating your place in the larger cosmos. Notice how this perspective affects your emotional response to current challenges. 9. Fear cannot control me unless I let it. Courage through understanding. Stoicism doesn't advocate for fearlessness. That would be inhuman. Instead, it teaches courage, feeling fear but acting according to your principles anyway. Seneca himself admitted to experiencing fear but refused to let it dictate his choices. Most fears are rooted in imagination rather than reality. We suffer more in imagination than in actuality, creating elaborate scenarios of potential disaster while the actual present moment is usually manageable. The Stoics taught that we should focus on what is actually happening, rather than what might happen. When fear does arise, examine it closely. Often you'll discover that you're afraid of losing something you don't actually control anyway, or afraid of experiencing discomfort that you're perfectly capable of handling. Fear loses much of its power when subjected to rational analysis. Epictetus taught that courage isn't the absence of fear, but right action in spite of fear. Every time you act according to your values, despite feeling afraid, you build courage like a muscle. Each brave choice makes the next one easier. Daily practice. Identify one action you've been avoiding due to fear. Take one small step toward that action today, acknowledging the fear but not letting it determine your choice. 10. Progress, not perfection, is my goal. The long path of development. The Stoic path is not about achieving instant enlightenment or perfect control over your emotions. It's about making consistent progress day by day toward becoming the person you're capable of being. Seneca wrote, "I put myself to school every day." This perspective relieves the pressure of perfectionism while maintaining high standards. You will have days when you react poorly, make mistakes, or fall short of your ideals. These moments aren't failures. They're opportunities for learning and growth. The ancient Stoics called themselves students, or progressors rather than sages, because they understood that wisdom is a lifelong pursuit. Even Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most powerful men, saw himself as a student, constantly working to improve his character and understanding. Progress means celebrating small victories while acknowledging areas for continued growth. It means being patient with yourself while maintaining commitment to improvement. It means measuring success by effort and direction rather than just outcomes. Daily practice. Identify one small area where you've made progress recently, no matter how minor. Also, choose one small improvement you can work on today. 11. What others think of me is not my business. Freedom from opinion. The desperate need for approval enslaves more people than any external force. The Stoics recognize that others' opinions about you are completely outside your control, and therefore irrelevant to your well-being and self-worth. This doesn't mean becoming antisocial or ignoring all feedback. It means distinguishing between constructive input that can help you improve and mere opinion that reflects others' perspectives, rather than objective truth about your worth. Epictetus taught that, if anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, make no other answer than that he was ignorant of my other faults, and so did not mention them. This response demonstrates both humility and freedom from the tyranny of others' opinions. Your character and actions matter, but others' interpretations of those actions are beyond your control. Focus on being worthy of respect rather than demanding it. Live according to your values rather than according to others' expectations. Daily practice. Notice when you catch yourself modifying your behavior primarily to gain approval or avoid criticism. Practice making at least one choice today based purely on your own values. 12. I will treat every person as a fellow traveler. Universal brotherhood. The Stoics believed in cosmopolitanism, the idea that all humans are citizens of the same cosmic city. Despite surface differences in culture, status, or beliefs, everyone is struggling with the same fundamental human challenges, seeking meaning, avoiding suffering, and trying to live well. This perspective cultivates compassion even for difficult people. The person who cuts you off in traffic, the colleague who takes credit for your work, the family member who pushes your buttons. They're all fellow humans dealing with their own fears, insecurities, and struggles. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "We are all working together to the same end, some consciously and with understanding, others without knowing it. Even those who seem to oppose you are part of the larger human story, playing roles that ultimately serve the greater good." This doesn't mean becoming a doormat or accepting harmful behavior. It means responding to others' actions from a place of understanding rather than reactivity. Maintaining your boundaries while preserving your compassion. Daily practice. When someone irritates or frustrates you today, pause and remember that they're a fellow human being doing their best with their current level of understanding and capability. 13. Every moment is a fresh beginning. The power of present choice. The past is beyond change, and the future is beyond control. The only moment where you have actual power is right now. This instant presents infinite possibilities for new choices, fresh perspectives, and different responses. This principle frees you from the prison of past mistakes and future anxieties. No matter what you've done before or what challenges await, this moment offers the opportunity to align with your highest values and best intentions. The Stoics understood that identity isn't fixed. You are not permanently defined by past actions or current circumstances. Every breath is a chance to embody virtue. Every thought is an opportunity to choose wisdom. Every interaction is a possibility for growth. This perspective prevents both regret and overwhelm. Instead of carrying the weight of past failures or future responsibilities, you can focus your energy on making this moment meaningful and aligned with your principles. Daily practice. When you catch yourself dwelling on past mistakes or future worries, gently redirect your attention to the present moment and ask, what is the wisest, most virtuous choice I can make right now? 14. Gratitude is my default response. The abundance mindset. The Stoics practiced gratitude not as a technique for getting more, but as a recognition of abundance already present. Even in difficult circumstances, there are always elements worthy of appreciation. Your ability to reason, the love of family and friends, the basic functioning of your body, the beauty of nature. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from problems to possibilities, from what's missing to what's present. This isn't about denial or false positivity. It's about training your attention to notice the good that exists alongside the challenges. Seneca wrote letters of gratitude even while facing exile and political persecution. He understood that gratitude is a choice available in any circumstance, a way of honoring the gift of existence even when that existence includes difficulty. Regular gratitude practice rewires your brain to notice positive aspects of experience more readily. It doesn't eliminate problems, but it provides a foundation of appreciation that makes problems more manageable and solutions more apparent. Daily practice. Before getting out of bed each morning, identify 3 specific things you're genuinely grateful for. Let yourself feel the appreciation fully rather than just thinking about it intellectually. 15. I am enough exactly as I am. Self-acceptance and self-respect. The final daily reminder brings everything full circle. You don't need to achieve certain goals, acquire specific possessions, or receive particular recognition to be worthy of respect and love. Your inherent dignity comes from your capacity for reason, virtue, and choice, qualities you possess right now. This isn't complacency or an excuse to stop growing. It's recognition that your worth isn't contingent on external achievements or others' approval. You can pursue improvement from a foundation of self-acceptance rather than self-rejection. The Stoics understood that you are already complete, already valuable, already deserving of compassion, especially from yourself. Your journey of growth springs from abundance, not inadequacy, from love, not self-hatred, from possibility, not deficiency. This perspective allows you to take risks, make mistakes, and face challenges without your fundamental self-worth being threatened. You can fail at things without being a failure, struggle with problems without being broken, and work toward goals without needing them for validation. Daily practice. Look in the mirror each morning and genuinely acknowledge, I am enough, exactly as I am, and I am also capable of growth and positive change. Conclusion. The daily practice of these Stoic affirmations isn't about positive thinking or wishful manifestation. It's about aligning your mind with reality and training your responses to life's inevitable challenges. These principles have guided humans through wars, plagues, personal tragedies, and everyday difficulties for over 2,000 years. As we conclude this exploration of daily Stoic wisdom, remember that knowledge without practice is worthless. The ancient Stoics weren't academic philosophers debating abstract concepts. They were practical people applying these principles to real-world challenges. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire while practicing these teachings. Seneca navigated treacherous political waters. Epictetus overcame slavery and physical disability. The mind shelf exists to bridge ancient wisdom with modern living, showing how timeless principles can transform contemporary challenges. These daily affirmations are tools for building a life of meaning, resilience, and inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. Start with 1 or 2 of these daily reminders and gradually incorporate others as they become natural parts of your mental routine. Remember, progress matters more than perfection, and consistency matters more than intensity. The path of Stoicism is a lifetime journey, and every step forward is worthy of recognition. Thank you for joining us on the Mind Shelf, where we explore the practical wisdom that can transform your daily experience. Continue this journey of growth, and remember, you have everything you need within you to live a life of virtue, meaning, and inner strength.